Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for August 3rd through the 9th of 2025. So before I jump in, I want to share that the Astro 101 class registration is open for you all to sign up. It's an 8-week class, and we're going to gather on Tuesdays in September and Wednesdays in October. And there's a link in here to get the details and an extra video. I'm making these short 10 to 15 minute videos for over the next 5 weeks to invite you all into this class. This week, I'm talking about signs. Next week, I'll talk about houses. So check that out and definitely share it with your friends. I'm looking forward to a nice, solid class this year. We've done it every year since 2021 annually. And there's a classroom that holds all the replays and tools, and you get a ton of custom goodies in addition to the guide that you'll be working with, like your workbook for the whole class. So lots of goodies go with that class as well, and I hope you will check out that video and consider joining us. Our first event of the month is Sunday, August 3rd for the Leo Gate of Power Fire Ceremony at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. Pacific. This is a Soul Sisters community event where we get together every 6 weeks for the turn of the wheel. We have 8 sacred seasons, and we're in number 6. So we only have 2 more to go. We have Fall Equinox and the Scorpio Gate of Power, and we close out the year. So that's a fun Zoom in my backyard with a real fire pit, and everyone that hangs late, we pull cards, and it's just a wonderful connection for the community. So I hope that you will join us live. And you can register to get the replay as well as your personal activations. So where I'll be talking about the energetic support that we all have access to over the next season, 6-week season. Your personal activations tell you where Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio is for you personally. And that helps you dial in what you got to do over the next 6 weeks. So join us there that Sunday. The actual gate is Wednesday, August 6th. So this Gate of Power is the best time of year annually to check in with giving gratitude for whatever you have, for all your abundance, making offerings to ensure that flow, releasing regrets and facilitating closure, because we're coming up on 9 months of the year. The baby's got to be born, what you get done in 2025. So facilitate that closure. And then August to early September is what we call the pre-harvest, when we do assessments and we prepare for harvest, essentially. So like I said, whatever you've created for the year is about to be front and center, where you may have to create some containers for your creative ideas as they have evolved this year, activating your fiery creativity and new projects or renewed projects where you infuse some energy into an old project. That can happen with this energy as well. Deepening dedication to what is working, what's alive, what's taken root thus far this year, what's worked and what didn't. This is when we clear out what didn't work and we stop investing energy, time, money, resources, whatever, because it's not working. So it's not going to happen in 2025. Move on. And the final one is assessing the worth of preserving and cultivating new life. So you want to save all that energy to put into what is working, what is taking root at this time. This period is all about assessments and preserving what is growing strong, solid, useful, and nourishing, while also releasing density, weight, and excess to be composted into something more useful in the season to come. It's a time of gratitude and celebration in anticipation of the fall equinox season of harvest. Some call this the pre-harvest. You can get a jump start on assessing the year if you've completed your clearing and releasing process. If not, then this is the final purge in preparation for the harvest season. The Leo-Virgo combination perfectly represents this cross-quarter gate of power and portal to take you to your heart and through a purification and healing before you go to equinox when we hit Libra and you want to interact with other folks, right? It's time to position yourself for an expanded perspective and renewed creativity. Explore your options with fresh eyes. Allow your instincts to guide you on your path and trust the divine feminine within and around you to contain, nurture, and protect all life, now and always. You are reminded to honor that which sustains you and to always aim your magical arrow at only the most precious dreams, your deepest heart's desire. Leo times when we get back to the heart, Virgos when we purify and activate a new routine to support the new life, whatever it is. That same day of the Gate of Power, Mars enters Libra until September 22nd. So Mars rules our desire nature, our energy and fuel and how we direct it, our passions and the sacred masculine, which is the part of you which can negotiate on your own behalf, get your ideas in the world, and keep good, healthy, effective boundaries. Anytime Mars is in Libra, we get an opportunity to tune into how our relationships, partnerships, and collaborations are doing. We check in with self to determine if we still desire these goals, situations, or partnerships. It takes about 2 years to make its journey back to Libra. So the last time we had access to this energy was September, October of 2023. So who you are and what you want has evolved over that time, and now you get to initiate clean. In your Libra department, it's what you want there. So think of your Libra house. Fairness, balance, justice, and equality are all something Mars is willing to fight for when in Libra. It is time to access your inner balance where you have integrity and graciousness, as well as the fierceness to stand up for what you believe in. This is a time when you have extremely high ideals as you are shooting for the big dream, not easily dissuaded as you weigh all aspects of each circumstance as they present themselves along the way. Avoid indecision and step confidently in the direction of your goal. Don't focus too much on how others are directing their energy as much as how you are directing your own. Teach, guide, and lead by example. That's going to be the most powerful and effective use of your energy. Refined strength rather than brute strength is necessary at this time in order to accomplish the current goals. Mars in Libra tries its best to be a good diplomat at this time, seeking goals and resolutions that serve all involved. That's how it works when it works really well. You can imagine that it also may challenge your Cancer Capricorn departments to grow and force you to integrate something on the Aries side for this Mars initiation in Libra. So think of it that way. Then a couple days later, Friday, August 8th, Mars in Libra trines Uranus in Gemini. So this air energy, air and fire is really kicking now. We're coming out of a lot of water energy, earth and water, and it's shifting to fire and air, which is a different way to roll. As it trines Uranus, it opposes Saturn the same day and Neptune the next day. So this is a big window into the August 9th Aquarius full moon. This is a huge window on the 8th and 9th of energy for change. Like I said, Mars hasn't been there in 2 years. So trining Uranus, this powerful fusion of these two entities carries immense potential. Yet it requires conscious integration and personal expression to unlock its optimal outcomes. Otherwise, you might overlook a chance for a significant personal breakthrough. Mars fuels you with courage while Uranus sparks new possibilities. It is an easy, smooth energy that helps you to align your actions and choices with your inherent brilliance in a fresh, new manner. You may even uncover a dormant talent or gift that is beginning to stir to life. This energy encourages you to venture into unexplored territories that might have felt intimidating before. Additionally, this evolution to the next phase does not demand the annihilation of other aspects of your life. Instead, you are encouraged to use your own intuitive sense of change and follow your own instincts about where that change is necessary for you personally. In this case, you want to look at your Libra and Gemini departments. Something is changing in the Gemini department so that you can initiate something new in your Libra department. External opinions become inconsequential as the impetus for change originates from within. Seize this time to experiment, try new things, or approach familiar tasks in new and different ways. And then you may discover unforeseen possibilities as you look out on a new horizon. It is a new day with all these planets. Everybody's in a new place and some big cycles are rebooting. Same day it opposes Saturn. Now we have Libra opposite Aries. This energy is a mixed blessing, so watch any extreme swings one way or another. Mars is all about energy, passion, and movement, and Saturn is all about stability, structure, and foundation. When they are opposite each other, there can be a beautiful blend of energy and passion behind solid, productive work that yields long-term benefits. However, if you swing to petulant Mars, I want my way, then Saturn's response is, it will be done the right way or not at all. This energy brings lessons either way, usually around anger issues or long-standing blockages or delays. You may feel held back, although nothing could be further from the truth. The reality is you have to do certain first things first, And when you do things in order, success usually follows. If and when you rush or do things without thinking or planning, then mistakes inevitably follow and you have to do things over again. This is also the halfway mark of a 2-year cycle that gives you the opportunity to check in and see how things are progressing and make any necessary adjustments so that you're successful at the culmination of the current cycle, which started on April 10th of 2024. This August 8th is the midpoint, halfway mark, and it will conclude on April 19th of 2026. This is between Mars and Saturn, that energy and stability, or what you want and what you actually have to be responsible for if that's really what you want. And then you own it, and you're the authority, right? So this Libra Aries is that self within the context of relationships. Again, there's a balance there. How much do you have to do and how much do you have to consider the people around you? And everybody's in a different situation with that. Some folks have more leeway to think about themselves, and that's beautiful. And some folks have a lot of people that they're taking care of or they are the authority of, right? So they have to take care of these folks. Now, Neptune's a whole nother ballgame. On the 9th, which is Saturday, and our full moon in Aquarius, which we'll get to in a minute, Mars is opposing Neptune. So again, we're still in this Aries-Libra dynamic because Saturn and Neptune are together. So we're initiating a new reality and a new dream, a new connection to our physical reality and body and how we move through for real, and our spirit team and our ancestors and the invisible team that supports us as we go. That's all getting a new beginning in Aries. So anything that moves through Libra is going to oppose that this year and next and for a couple of years to come. So Mars rules your ability to act on your own behalf, and Neptune is the planet of dreams, visions, and spirituality, among other things. One is very personal and direct, and one is very general and elusive. When these two are opposite each other, there is a push-pull between the actions you want to take and the actions you believe you are capable of taking. Often this activation helps you balance faith and action. That is, if you can be clear about who you are, what you want, and what you believe is possible, then you can manifest any vision. It can also activate irrational fears and unfounded doubts. Oppositions always require balance to be useful and effective, even though we usually have to go through the experience of extremes to figure that out. These are two very diverse energies that have to compromise in order to strike the balance that will facilitate flow. It may be hard to decide what you really want, and communication with others tends to go awry. And don't forget, Mercury's retrograde at this time. This energy obscures things right in front of you, but can make very clear that the current consequences are related to your past choices. It is best to own your choices and/or mistakes and do whatever damage control you can at this point. The one thing this combination of energies is favorable for is working in solitude on a project that needs completion. This will give you the energy to go the distance as well as the tenacity to overcome obstacles which have delayed you previously. If you end up in this mode, do your work, put the final touches on everything, but then wait a week or two before sharing it with others. Same day Saturday is our Aquarius full moon. This full moon asks, what have you become too attached to? And or what have you become too detached from and need to reconnect? We have spent recent months navigating the mutable energy of thoughts and ideas in Gemini, along with the cardinal energy of action and choices in Cancer, whose theme continues now, but the energy has become decidedly fixed, and it is time to release or anchor something in your heart. What ideas have you gotten going that need some tending to make stronger or more viable? This lunation may illuminate or activate revelations of when, where, and with whom, mostly self, that you have not been completely authentic. Start with the motivations. If and when they are pure, clean, and neutral, then being authentic becomes way less challenging. Now more than ever, we must be congruent with our inner and outer natures in order to thrive, prosper, and evolve. When you are not authentic, then things become much more challenging. If we are serving two masters or incongruent on one or many levels, meaning having the private side of your nature be too drastically different from that which you present to the world, then that creates more challenges, blockages, and delays until you get into more personal alignment. This full moon also helps you see where you have become too rigid, unyielding, and attached to your way or the old way, neither of which will work going forward. Status quo is not the way to go, as any Aquarius moon wants you to tap into your own unique genius and offer your contribution in a new or different way. If you are following trends or other people, then you will likely be misled. It is time to evaluate your own social circles, both virtual and in reality. What kind of people do you call friend? Do you have more acquaintances than true friends? Is that the way you like it? We are in a time when we are upgrading our individual self-expression on deep levels, and anything that feels inauthentic is getting released with this full moon. We grow and evolve, and the things and people that we are attracted to or repelled by changes over time as well. Let's not be stagnant, but use every full moon to do some personal clearing so that we can lighten up and shine more light in the world. Use this full moon to release any inauthenticity, lack of self-love, or rigid attachment of any kind. It's also good to tap into your body's wisdom when things are decidedly mental around you. This is the lunation to align your head and heart, so if you have felt disconnected lately, take a time out to reconnect and get under that moon, which should be building up. Well, actually, we'll just be in the first quarter for our event on Sunday the 3rd, but it still should have a magical sky. And I hope you all will join me when and where you can. Reach out when you need to, and have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.